Hello guys, and welcome to another Code Hub tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to go ahead and talk about or create a logic where we leave a reply for the particular post. If you remember in our previous tutorial, if you click on a post here, you're able to see a new form now where you're able to reply to this particular question. In order to see this form, you need to be logged in. As you see, I'm already logged in, and if you click reply, currently we just see this message, but what we want to do is write the logic to handle this and store the reply in the database inside our replies table here. So let's go ahead and get started with this and get this working. First thing we need to do is we need to create a request. So if I go here and run a PHP artisan command, if I change into my Code Hub directory here and I create that. So let me just go ahead and create this very fast. So you run the PHP artisan make request, and I'm gonna call this create reply request. So that has been created under the HTTP request folder here. I'm gonna go ahead and open this reply request, and I'm gonna open the post request, if you remember from our previous tutorials, and I'm gonna copy that body part and I'm gonna paste it here. So I'm gonna say that the body of the post will be required, and I'm gonna say the maximum that the length of that can be is 1000. And the reason we only need to check the body, and also make sure that you in the authorize function here you say to return true. Okay, so now that we said max is 1000, the reason is because the only thing that we're passing back here is actually a hidden field, if you remember from our previous tutorial, which is the ID of the post and also the body. So the body we're checking, it has to be required and it has to be a maximum of 1000. So now that we have done that, inside here I'm gonna make sure that I do include that request, otherwise we might face an error. So I'm gonna say include create reply request, and we also need to type use app models, and we need to include the reply model, as we will need to use as we will need to save the reply. Okay, so in here we need to type create reply request and then request. I'm gonna make this lowercase. Okay, so now that we have this, what is the first thing we need to do here? Okay, so the first thing is I need to find the post. So I'm gonna say post equals post where the slug that is being passed in as a hidden field, and that's coming in the request here. So I'm gonna say request slug. If I do find a matching slug, which is used as an ID, so if I find a matching ID in the post, then I want to grab that post. So give me the first post, which we should only find one. So I'm going to do an if statement. So I'm going to say if $post. So basically I'm checking if I did get a post, because if we didn't find one, this is going to return back. And also in here I'm going to check, okay, if I do have something returned, then what I want to say is I'm going to say reply equals new reply. So instantiate the reply here model, and then down here we want to save this. So using ORM eloquent here, we're going to be saving the reply in the table. So this is simple. We just say reply post ID. So we want to get the post ID and save it. So the post ID is simply post ID, because up here we found the post itself, and then here is we can get the ID and store that in the reply table as a foreign key. Next thing we need is the user ID, and that one is we're going to store the authenticated user ID. So auth user, and then get the user's ID. The next thing we need is reply body, and this one we'll be getting from the request itself. This is coming in, so I'm going to get the body here. And we know that this will be valid because we are validating that in the create reply request here. And I'm gonna need to change this with reply. Okay, so now that we have done that, we need to save this. So I'm going to say simply reply save. Okay, Now that we have saved it, I'm gonna type return redirect. I'm gonna redirect the user back. Otherwise, if I didn't find the post, I'm just gonna redirect the user home to the home page. So I'm gonna say return redirect to the home page. Okay, so here is so what we're doing is we're validating the request, make sure the body meets the requirements, find the post, find the post based on the slug that's being passed in. If we do find something, then go ahead and save the reply in the database and then redirect the user back to this page right here. If we don't find anything, redirect them back to the home page. Okay, so let's go ahead and test this. Currently, as you can see here in our replies table, we have no replies. So I'm gonna type here first reply and reply, and as you see here, we do see the first reply, and we also see if we go back to the home page here, we see the comments count updated. And I'm gonna type another heading. I'm gonna type second reply, and as you can see here, we have 2 replies now, and in our replies table here we have the replies associated with the correct post ID and the correct user ID. And so let's go ahead, I'm gonna put a new question here. I'm gonna say, can someone help me with C++, and I'm gonna change category to C++. I need help as soon as possible. Save that. See here, we see the second post. This one doesn't have any reply. This one has 2 replies. Let's go ahead and post a reply here. First reply, and as you can see here, we also have a reply, and now we see the counts updated correctly, 1 and 2 here. Okay guys, so now we have a working forum here where users can post questions and also answer each other's questions. Next thing we need to do is, let's say that the user wants to delete his post. So what we want to do is give him an option where he can just click delete and he will delete the post, but he will be obviously he will only be able to delete his own post, so we will need to check which posts belong to the user and give him the option to be able to delete that particular post if he wishes to in a specific time or any time actually. So okay guys, so thank you for watching this, and in the next tutorial we're going to go ahead over the logic of deleting a post.